My dog started growling at the corner of my room every night at exactly 2:17 a.m. At first, I thought it was nothing. Dogs hear things we can't, right? Pipes, rats in the walls, maybe neighbors moving around. That's what I told myself. That's what I needed to believe. Because the alternative was impossible. His name is Shadow. He's a mixed breed I rescued 3 years ago. Gentle, protective, never aggressive unless he senses real danger. He's the kind of dog who shakes during thunderstorms and hides behind my legs when strangers knock on the door. But every night at 2:17, he would sit up straight on my bed. His ears would flatten. His fur would rise along his spine. And he would growl at the same corner of my room. Not just bark, not whimper. A deep, vibrating growl like something was standing right there, watching us. The first night it happened, I laughed it off. I even pointed at the corner and joked, "What, you see a ghost?" He didn't stop. His growl turned into a low snarl. His eyes followed something I couldn't see as it slowly moved from the corner, toward me. That's when I felt it. The air got cold. Not window cracked cold. Not AC on cold. This was different. Heavy. Like the temperature dropped only in one small part of the room, and it was spreading. I pulled Shadow closer to me. He trembled in my arms, but never took his eyes off that empty corner. At 2:20 a.m., the growling stopped. The cold vanished. Shadow slowly laid back down like nothing happened. I didn't sleep at all after that. The second night, it happened again. Same time. 2:17 a.m., same corner. Same growl. This time I turned on the light immediately. The room was empty. No movement. No shadows. Nothing. But Shadow backed away, pressing himself against my chest, whining now, refusing to look away from that spot. That's when I noticed something new. The corner looked darker than the rest of the room. Not a shadow. Not lighting. It was like the darkness had depth. Like it went further inward than the wall should allow. I waved my hand through it. Nothing. But Shadow lost his mind. He barked violently for the first time in 3 years. Loud. Desperate. Warning me. Warning it. And for just half a second. I thought I saw the darkness move. By the third night, I started recording. Every night at 2:16, I turned on my phone camera. Shadow would already be tense, pacing, ears twitching. The moment the clock hit 2:17, he would sit, freeze, and growl. The recording showed nothing. Just me. Just my room. Just my dog growling at empty space. Friends told me I was overthinking it. One of them laughed and said, "Maybe your room is haunted by a ghost that only hates dogs." I laughed too, but inside I felt sick. Because Shadow wasn't just scared. He was angry. Like something had been in my room far longer than I realized. On the 7th night, something changed. Shadow didn't growl. He whimpered. Soft. Broken. Like he was begging. At 2:17, he lifted his head slowly and lowered his body into a submissive posture. Tail tucked. Ears flat. Eyes wide. He wasn't warning anymore. He was recognizing. I whispered, "Shadow, what is it?" That's when I heard the second sound. Breathing. Not mine. Slow. Controlled. Right beside the corner. I couldn't move. The breathing was calm, almost patient. Like whoever or whatever was breathing had been waiting for me to finally notice. Shadow pressed himself against me and shook violently. And then, the breathing whispered my name. Not loudly, right next to my ear. I screamed and ran out of the apartment with my dog barefoot at 2:18 in the morning. I slept in my car that night. The next day, I called a priest, a paranormal investigator, even a therapist. No one found anything. No EMF spikes. No temperature drops. No logical explanation. Except one thing. The investigator stared at the corner for a long time and quietly said, "Something passed through here once. A long time ago. It didn't leave." I asked him what that meant. He didn't answer. That night, I stayed at a friend's house. Shadow slept peacefully for the first time in a week. I thought it was over. It wasn't. The next night at my friend's house, at exactly 2:17 a.m., Shadow sat up and growled at the corner of their guest room. That's when I realized the truth. It wasn't attached to the apartment. It was attached to me. The mid-twist didn't hit me until I checked something I hadn't thought about in years. My medical records. 5 years ago, I was in a car accident. Head-on collision. I was pronounced dead for 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Doctors called it a miracle when I woke up. But nobody ever asked what came back with me. That night at 2:17 a.m., Shadow didn't just growl. He stood between me and the corner, protecting me. The darkness moved again. This time, it stepped out of the wall. It didn't have a clear shape. It looked like a stretched shadow of a human being, like someone made of smoke and night. And it looked wrong. Too tall, too thin. And its head was tilted at an impossible angle. It spoke without moving a mouth. "You weren't supposed to leave," it said. My voice came out shaking. "Leave where?" "The place between," it replied. "Your dog can see me because he was never dead." My stomach dropped. Shadow barked again, louder than ever. The thing turned its head toward him. Animals always interfere. Then it looked back at me. "You belong to me. You always have. You just escaped." It stepped closer. The air went freezing again. The lights flickered. Shadow lunged forward and bit into pure darkness. The thing screamed. Not in pain, in anger. It lunged at me. Shadow jumped between us. There was a sound I will never forget, like glass breaking inside meat. Shadow was thrown across the room. He didn't move. I don't remember screaming. I only remember holding his body, feeling his warmth fade while the thing laughed behind me. "You cost me my witness," it whispered. "Now you have no protection." I buried Shadow 2 days later. After that, the growling stopped, because there was no one left to warn me. Weeks passed. I started sleeping normally again. No breathing, no cold air, no shadows moving. I told myself it was over. Until this morning. I woke up at 2:17 p.m. instead of a.m. My phone had dozens of missed calls. The voicemail was from my neighbor. Her voice was shaking. She said, Your dog is sitting in front of your apartment door. It's been growling at the corner of the hallway for an hour. But I thought you said your dog died." My blood turned ice. Shadow was buried. I ran to the hallway. The corner was empty, but I could hear the growl, coming from inside my own apartment. And then, right behind me, I heard my dog's nails scrape across the floor. Slowly, like he was being walked by something I still can't see. If you're hearing this right now, something is standing in the corner of my room again. And my dog is growling. If you enjoyed this story, hit the like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because if I survive tonight, I'll tell you what finally steps out of the corner. And if I don't, you'll know why dogs growl at nothing.